Hello students. Now we will start the second section, B section of our English literature paper second. It includes stories. The first story which we have in our syllabus is A Cup of Tea by Catherine Mansfield. Catherine Mansfield was a British short story writer. Her real name was Kathleen Beecham. She was born in Wellington, New Zealand. She was educated at Queen's College School, London. She struggled against illness all her life. Illness forced her to travel much in France and Germany. She died of tuberculosis. Her first volume of short stories in a German pension was published in 1911, but Bliss was published in 1920, established her reputation as a story writer. Subsequent collections were published under the titles The Garden Party in 1922, The Dove's Nest in 1923, and Something Childish in 1924, were published after her death. A complete edition of her stories appeared in 1937. After her death, Murray edited and published her poetry, journals, and letters. Catherine Mansfield greatly admired Chekhov. Her genius is held almost equal to that of Chekhov. Her work has strongly influenced recent writers of the short stories. The dramatic realism in her technique equal to the French story writer Maupassant. A Cup of Tea is a 1922 short story by Catherine Mansfield. It was first published in The Storyteller in May 1922. It later appeared in The Dove's Nest and Other Stories in 1923. Her short stories first appeared in Melbourne in 1907, but literary fame came to her in London after the publication of a collection of short stories called In a German Pension. Her stories explore the innermost recesses of the mind and unearth dramatic situation. The story is associated with the deplorable condition of New Zealand at the time when it used to be a British colony. The trends of class distinction were at its peak. A noticeable issue which needed to be brought forward influenced Mansfield to pen it down. Now we will discuss the summary of the story, A Cup of Tea. A Cup of Tea story is about Rosemary Fell, a very rich and well-off woman who has been married for 2 years to a very rich and devoted man. Mr. Philip Fell spends her day out shopping at some west corners of London in the finest of shops. She visits an ingratiating antique dealer shop that shows her a beautiful small blue velvet box. Rosemary is taken by the beauty of the creamy piece of art but decides not to buy it and asks the shopkeeper to save it for her. When she comes out from the shop into the rain and as she reaches towards the car, a girl approaches her, asking her to pay for the price of the cup of tea. Rosemary asks the girl to come home with her for tea, finding it an opportunity of adventure and experience, just like she reads in books and stories of Dostoevsky. She wants to show the girl that rich people do possess mercy. The girl agrees apart from her great fears to ride with Rosemary in her car. As they reach the house, Rosemary takes the poor girl to her room and asks her to sit by the fire. She helps her take off her coat and hat and tries to soothe her. As she tries to proceed further, the girl cries out that she cannot stand it anymore. Fearing that she will faint out of hunger, Rosemary hurriedly orders tea. The girl is provided with tea and sandwiches while Rosemary lights a cigarette. Keen to know the story of the girl, Rosemary starts up a conversation with her, which is unintentionally interrupted by her husband. He is surprised to see the stranger in the room and asks his wife to talk to him privately. As they enter the library, Philip begins to inquire about the matter. To this, Rosemary replies that she is just helping the poor lady whom she picked up from the street. Her husband tries to tell her that she cannot have a stranger in the house. Facing a refusal, Philip points out that the lady is remarkably pretty, giving a rise to insecurities of Rosemary. leaves the library and enters the study room from where she picks up some cash. She returns to her room and hands over the money to the poor girl, making her leave the house. After the girl leaves the house, Rosemary joins Philip back in the library and asks him if she can buy the velvet box, which isn't what she wishes to ask. After a pause, she whispers, "Am I pretty?" Rosemary Fell, a wealthy young married woman, goes to Curzon Street to shop at a florist and an antique shop in which she admires but doesn't buy a beautifully painted small ceramic box. Before going to the car, Rosemary is approached by Mrs. Smith, a poor girl who asks for money to buy tea. Instead, Rosemary drives the girl to her plush house, determined to show her that dreams do some come true and that rich people did have hearts. At the Fells home, Miss Smith eats her fill with food and tea. She then begins to tell Rosemary of her life until Rosemary's husband, Philip, comes in, although initially surprised. Philip recovers and asks to speak to Rosemary alone. In the library, Philip conveys his disapproval when Rosemary resists dismissing Miss Smith. Philip tries another more successful tactic. He plays to Rosemary jealousy and insecurity by telling her how pretty he thinks Mrs. Smith is. Rosemary retrieves £3 notes and presumably sends the girl away, a far cry from Rosemary's first vote to look after and be frightfully nice to Miss Smith. Later, Rosemary goes to her husband and informs him that Miss Smith won't dine with us tonight. She first asks about the antique box from the morning, but then arrives at her true concern, quietly asking Philip, "Am I pretty?" The story ends with the question. When the husband Philip gets to know this, he tries to stop Rosemary as he feels that Miss Smith should not be there with them. He declares that he has found the girl awfully pretty. This changes the equations and jealousy wins over generosity. There is another aspect maybe hidden in the story. The husband does not fall for the poor girl's beauty. Rather, he just wants his wife to get rid of the lady she had brought in. Philip, who suggests that he shall read the Millionaire Gadget, a magazine popular among the working class women, so that he can talk to their new guest. It is a reference to the snobbishness of the husband as well. Rosemary was not helping the girl out of some true love. It was an effort to pacify her own social service fashion, which is as much in trend as it was in those days. Husband plays a trick by showing his affections towards Miss Smith. He knew his wife and generate a feeling of insecurity and jealousy intentionally. Money is given to the girl, but she is chased away by Rosemary, and then she returns to her stereotype character and tries to woo the husband by her looks and makeup. Nothing wrong though, but we are confused and intrigued about her fake helpful heart, which forgets the purpose of helping others the moment she feels that the charity she was doing can be a threat to her own family life. This 1922 story, A Cup of Tea, is written by Catherine Mansfield, which holds class consciousness and materialism as its pivot point. Stunning, well characterized and magnificently portrayed against its plain title. The story remarkably presents a crystal clear image of class distinction and one's mad fondness towards materialism. It is just the same as The Doll's House and The Garden Party. As a matter of fact, that these stories also reflect upon the same issue of class distinction. Mansfield also tried to reflect upon the noble act of philanthropy and how people fancy this act to be the cause of ascension for their moral values among their social circle. The theme of the story. The main theme of the story is class distinction and materialism. The story pictures the differential behavior of the upper class towards the lower class through the character of Rosemary. Her attitude and behavior give quite a clear image of the mentality possessed by discriminating elites. Materialism is rigidly followed by the upper class. The more they have, the more they want, and they don't want anything ordinary. They want the best of all, the extraordinary, unaffordable by the commerce. Their want for more never dies. The velvet box in the story symbolizes materialism, while the cup of tea symbolizes the need and requirement of the rich and the poor. The story is comprised of many prominent characters. As Rosemary Fell, she was a socially poised, rich married woman, which a devoted and loving husband who has a great lifestyle. She is well dressed, well off, with all the luxury she desires for. Her interest is mainly of reading books, always indulged, and above all, greatly inspired by the characters and their adventures, lives which she comes across in the stories. Her inspirational interest can be judged from the decision she takes when she interacts with a poor soul called Miss Smith, by taking her home with the mere thought of it being an adventure for her, recalling the stories of Dostoevsky. Apart from this, possession and insecurity can be sensed in her character. Philip Fell, his husband of Rosemary, is in fact one of the richest person of his society. He loves his wife devotedly and cares for her a lot. He calls Miss Smith pretty, much to his wife Georgian, just to make her send Miss Smith away, as she refuses to do so when he asks her in the first place, even though making his wife feel insecure about herself and her beauty. Miss Smith, she is a lean and thin poor girl of just the age of Rosemary. She can't even afford a single cup of tea and comes to ask Rosemary to pay her the price of a cup of tea. She is an odd person, frightened and confused. She is shocked when Rosemary asks her to have a cup of tea with her at her home. In Mr. Phillips' point of view, Miss Smith is very attractive and pretty. The shopkeeper, the owner of a very beautiful antique ornament shop, which in fact was one of Rosemary's favorite shop, he would always be looking forward to have Rosemary at his shop, and always saving a lovely price of art for her, only just like he had been saving the eye-catching blue velvet box. Title of the story. The plain and ordinary title of the story has the tendency to gravitate readers towards it, as one can wonder what a title so simple can hold inside it. The charm of the story exceeds the imagination of the reader as one comes across the contents of the story. The title of the story is relatable to the story at the point when a poor girl from the story asks a rich woman to pay her the price of a cup of tea. The story setting takes place in the early 1900 back in Britain. So it's a very impressive story and very popular story. Thank you very much. In the next class, we will study another story.